Hello everyone, this is Rick from How to Play, and welcome back to day one of our devlog here. I just realized that I talked for like, um, 7 minutes without realizing I wasn't recording, so let's get into it. This is what we have right now, so I have all the, I have some of the art, so I have the art for the tavern mostly done, as well as, importing the player and NPC, and also hand-drawing some of these icons down below, and these icons too. They're actually some of my best works, considering that I'm terrible at art, but let's leave that there. So today what I've gotten done is the basic quest UI, as well as some stat calculations, which is actually the core of the main gameplay, so theoretically, if I fix the bugs, you can actually kind of play the game. It wouldn't be very fun or accessible, but you could technically play it. So let's go over the code. And also showcase why gdevelop isn't a particularly good engine if you're developing more complex games. So I thought this was simple, and it is by other standards, but just look at this very long and beautiful list of variables. So I feel like it could really use some organizational systems. Anyways, here you have this line, these lines running every single frame to update your money and your deaths and other such numbers. This is to set your quest to true, so it's when you hit this bar at the side, it's going to make this UI appear. And this initialize is initially false, so it just sets some stuff up. It starts up your quest timer and it hides some important stuff. So basically your quest timer is constantly ticking, and when it goes over the quest spawn, so right now I have it set to 5 to 7 seconds because demonstration purposes, it's going to reset the timer so it can spawn another one and create a scroll. So that is this thing here. Again, a very beautiful drawing. Since unfortunately my tile pack, the RPG item assets also didn't come with that, but it's still a very nice pack. And it's going to come into use later. Quest it's true, it's going to show the quest board, the X, which you use to, opt out, the text, and also all scrolls. And if it's false, it's going to hide everything. You have a bit of logic for detecting whether or not you're hitting X. And here, initialize. So the scroll initially starts out uninitialized. So when it spawns in, this first thing it's going to do is generate these two random numbers, determining its rank and type, as well as a unique link ID. And this is necessary because gdevelop has some quirky mechanics. So here, this scroll, it's referring to all scrolls that meet these conditions. There's no iteration, but here, this scroll is just referring to all scrolls because you don't have any limitations on what a scroll has to be. So basically, that's why you need a link to be able to link the scroll to the UI that pops up, so that way you have individuality instead of accidentally operating on everything when you try to operate on one. And you set up a bit of, there's definitely a lot of redundancy in here, but I'm too sleepy to deal with that, since it is currently like through 9 in the morning. And it starts your decay timer. When it hits 60, the scroll automatically disappears. Here's a little bit of logic for classifying the rank, and it's also based off your current rank. So you have the highest chance of getting one of your rank. So if you're rank C, you have a 60% of getting C, 15% chance of getting B, and 15% chance of D, and 5% of A and E, respectively. And here determines your type. And also I assign letters to each rank, just because what we're actually displaying is the letter. Anyways, you have here that toggles visibility, and also this tells the UI. So if existing UI is false, which it is at the start, so when you click it, then it's going to start initializing everything. So you have your quest description, which is the box, your show rank, success, failure, death. These actually have percentages once it loads in, and your X and check buttons, which is called V because I'm too lazy to get an emoji, and I'm not sure if that works in naming conventions. Anyways, you have a lot of math here. It's oopsies. It's based off of your the quest's rank, type, your strength, dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, and armor stats as and basically it rolls them all into ball and outputs some numbers that, like, I don't even understand what's going on here, but it should work well after a little bit of balancing. and here you just show everything and also set their link IDs so everything is connected. That way you can access the scroll and automatically check whether or not this quest description belongs to this scroll, and it shows everything. Now here in the code there's actually an issue, which is why things don't currently work. Is because I have these reversed. I need to check the other way around. I was lazy, so I decided to copy paste. Kids, don't do that. I will be fixing it tomorrow. Anyways, it just sets it to update all the stats shown because, of course, sometimes you're going to upgrade your stats after you see the scroll. And it just shows everything. Again, there's a lot of redundancy here as well as some debug text. Aside from that, you have a bit of logic. So when the time is up, when you hit X, and also when you hit check, so it starts a quest timer. The time the quest takes is just based on its rank, type, and also your dexterity stat. And also sets progress to true and locked to true, so locked prevents the stats from recalculating here. So it's just for better clarity since you no longer can actually toggle the visibility of the scroll, that we actually know what quests you're doing. Anyways, you have the deletion thing for when it's expired and when you succeed. You have your coin gain, XP gain, and damage, which come from complicated equations involving your wisdom and skull rank and a lot of other things. Let's see. So when you click into it, you can see you have these animated GIFs. I'm going to be adding random peasants spawning at the tables, as well as a mechanic for you moving tables tomorrow, hopefully. You have the bars that are, actually functioning, so I was actually scared that they wouldn't because they don't function, but that's only in the main UI, so all you have to do is update it, which is really nice. As you can see, if we click on this, you now have a bunch of quests that somehow manage to spawn overlapping. Currently when you click on them, they actually don't work because I screwed up the code, but on the bright side, while recording this video, I actually realized why. There's that. Anyways, that is it for today's progress. I personally think that it's pretty good overall. Oh, I kind of need to patch that out because sometimes I'm gonna move this over here because sometimes you're accidentally gonna click it and hide this black bar. Aside from that, yeah, I think today went pretty well overall in terms of productivity. I have high hopes for nearly completing this tomorrow and also going to sleep earlier tomorrow. But yeah, that's it for today. So again, if you enjoy this type of content and want to see me suffer even more, like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Also, this is the recording, a time lapse, a very fast time lapse of all the development I did. So if you want to check it out, I mean, of course, it's pretty obvious that I did this considering, look at all this spaghetti code, but if you want to watch it, go ahead. those because I forgot a pair of quotation marks. Because gdevelop.